So finish at the moment, then we got import this chart.js, so basically JavaScript code with HTML, CSS, where it goes and bring us this chart, right, with this code base, and with the just.py library right here, we convert it together with the Quasar to our code base, where we can build web-based application. Simple like that. So what is the next step? So we can see that our server works fine, right? Whatever we'll build, that's what we see. And now we want to improve it. So let's create a scenario for ourselves. Let's imagine that we have a really true statistic about the movies from 2000 till 2008, and we are investors, and we would like to make some money, and we need to know what kind of movie we want to make. How to identify that? The best scenario will be to take all the movies from the certain period of time, divide them by genre, like action movies, animation, wherever, action, or some drama or romance, whatever it is. Take their Rotten Tomato ratings, and then see which genre in the percent ratio the most popular among the audience, right? How to do that? Before we draw something, we need actually bring our data, work with the data. So let's do that. We will keep it simple under one class. We keep the same movie CSV. We go now to our application. Let me find that, my first app. We have it here. Let's go up and work with the data before we work with the chart. Let's put it on a side. Okay, now let's say, what do we have here? How our chart, first of all, let's see how our chart looks like. Let me run it again. Okay. Okay, that's what we see. Movies Analytics by Russell, Yoke composition. It works pretty good. Okay, let's do some quick updates, right? Let's call it different way. Let's call it most popular genre from 2024. Okay, we have our string. Okay, and the next step is, let's edit a little bit here. So instead of egg yolk composition, let's do stat based on Rotten Tomatoes rating. Okay, let me close that. Okay, let's rerun it. Let's see what we got. I did an update. It means I did something wrong. Probably I didn't save the changes, it seems to me. Let's rerun it. Okay, it's good. It's not gonna fit, so I think we should make it smaller. Do you remember how we did that? We work here. Text H1. Let me go to the Quasar. Where is Quasar? Get started. Typography. That's how we work with the text. Just a reminder if you didn't see the previous H1, TX, H2. Let's make it smaller. Let me rerun it. Copy that URL. Okay. Looks good. Go back to our library. And now we need to bring our data. Let's go back to our stat file, which we have created. If you are not following me from the first step, the link below to my report, you can pull it and copy paste it from there. It's fine. Let's copy that. That's what we need to our application class. Boom. Now all the libraries are copied and we are reading from the same CSV file. And now let's work with the data. What we would like to know about our class. So first of all, we need to filter everything. And just for you, I will leave some notes. Filter based on condition. Okay, let's take a look at this movies file. What do we have here? What data we need to identify which genre we should invest in? Okay, we need to know that we have the years, right? From 2008 to 2024. It's okay. Now we need to look at the genre. Okay, we have comedies here. We have romance, I see. Okay. Romance we have. I see the action here. I see animation as well. I see drama. Okay, so we have several of them. Let's take 4 just in terms of test. We have our Rotten Tomatoes rating, which is good. And that's pretty much it what we need. Let's dive into the code. So my very first step will filter based on condition. So first of all, I will create the variables. Let's call it comedy movies. Okay, and now I will read from data from this object. And what data I need? Let's say I need a specific lines, right? LOC. And what else I need to know? I need to take all of them. In the Python, then you specify where start from which row till which row. We will do like from the beginning, like all of them. And then in this array list, I need to specify by which head, like column name, we will look for. And in our case, it's genre, right? Because we need genre. And as soon as we have it, I need to check genre equals to comedy, right? Because we decided to start with a comedy. So what do I have in this line of the code? I have stored in my variable comedy movies all the data from the first column, from index 0 till the end, from the genre table where it's equal comedy. So basically this line of the code in the Python Panda libraries, we go to my movies file, it will search and look for the comedy genre first, and wherever comedy we see, it will find it. Basically this way. That's how it will search. It find the comedy, it will take all the movies from first till the last and locate it for me. How I can prove it to you that it works this way? I will just print it. So let's print it. Let's go with movies, comedies. And now let's start it from the new line. For the new ones who are not familiar with that, so in the Python and Java and other languages, that means to start with new line. And now let me pass the variable comedy movies. Let me print it out. Comedy movies. Okay, now I will print it out for you. Okay, let's start. Let me comment out this part. Okay, I don't want to run the application yet. Let me run it. Let me clear that. Let me run code for you. Okay, as you can see, I was able to filter all the comedies. You see? Now what I want from you to do the same for all the genres. Wherever we have a CSV file, do it first. Then you don't come back, and now I will give you example with the mean, how to find the mean. Basically, it's almost the same thing. We need to create a variable like average. Now we'll find average for the comedy movies, right? And it will be the data again, right? Actually, no, we are using the comedy movies variable. And after that, we have this variable movie. What I can do in this CSV file, let me actually take Rotten Tomatoes. I forgot how to spell it. Okay, now I will take Rotten Tomatoes in all comedy movies, and I will take the average of them, the mean number. Let me print this number. Average for the comedy. I'm missing something. Which line of the code is complaining? Oh, the key is wrong, you see? It's saying the casting key is wrong. Okay, that's what I miss. Probably this symbol. Let me run again. Yeah, now it works fine. So I can see that 42%. The average percentage for the all comedy movies. It's good. Now I will stop here, and your task is take a pause and try to write the code for the all different genre and try to find their average, and we continue from there. Welcome back. So I already finished this part for you, just making some changes, commenting out. So okay guys, welcome back. I just wrapping up this task which is cast for you for the different genres. Now, since we have all our data, we now need to illustrate it. There are two ways of doing that. The first way is editing here, as I did here, right? I'm taking and updating the strings. It's the first option, right? And the second option, when we're working not with the text, we work with the pandas. We want to update it. And as you can see, it reminds us the data structure. Basically, it reminds us the tuple or list or map. If you're from Java, you can call it whatever you want. And now you can modify it and work with that. What do I mean by that? Let me show you with one of my examples. So then I see my chart. It's saying water 55%. Okay. Let me find the water here in the text. Okay, here in the series. In the series we can see name water. Okay, instead of water, I will bring the variable comedy. First option, I type here comedy, which is fast and nice. Now I need to bring the value, the percentage which came from our pandas library. How to do that? For that, we go inside of our HCPy, right? Equals. We need to go to Highcharts again, right? HC options. HCPy. Now we go to the options. Basically, we go inside of our library here, right? Since HCPy is actually reading from here, chart.js, which string we created, right? Right here we have an object. We go inside, and now we need to get inside to this series and update this percentage and change it for the comedy, how much percent we have. Okay, how to do that? How do we read it? We go inside of the object. As you can see, it's an array, right? So basically we have here, we open in the chart and we have the object. First object, second object, third, fourth, fifth. And now we have the sixth object, number 6. And inside this object, all other objects in the array. So we know that it's an array, right? Here is a bracket is open, here it's closed. So it's array of object. And we need to go one by one in that. 1, 2, 3, 4 object. Okay. So first of all, we'll start with this series. I'm going to get here. So how to get that? Dot. And now type the name of this object, name, parameter. And now we're inside and we specify like the indexing, the number, where we want to go. We will start with the first one, right? We went to the inside of the series and start with the first. And now we're inside of this and we go to the data. Okay, dot data. And now we're inside of this array, and by index we need to go one by one, and this is the first one, which means 0 here, since the indexes start with 0. Correct? So if I'm right, so we can try to update it. And now I'm going to specific object, that y, and I can assign it. Right? How to assign it? Let's take a comedy here, average comedy. It's our first one. We start with the comedy movies, and then Rotten Tomatoes means average rating for comedy movies. Let me copy that and assign it here. Okay, we got it. Let's test. Let me run it now. Okay. I see the comedy is and the percentage. We can round it, right? If we don't like this specific, we can use the Python method round. So we can round it. If you don't know how to round like me, I forgot this function. Okay, this is round, and we pass the number and how many symbols we want after the dot. Sounds good to me. So let me go to my code base. Round. First parameter, which number, and the second parameter, how many symbols I want to see. Let's see 2. If I read the documentation correct, it should work fine. Yeah, so Python is not my language, I'm actually a Java guy, so some things I don't know. So let's run it. Yeah, 4271. Okay, now keep going it with other symbols, with other percentages in general. And before you go into that, I want to show you something. Remember, I updated here as a comedy right here, right away. So it's okay, you can do that. But also I just wanted to show you that you can update the text values as well, like with this HTPy options, right? With coming from the Quasar page and just Py. So the same way, we go just data one in this case, because we already checked the checked first one, right? So it's the same series 0 definitely, but the data at this time we go to the second object, which means first here, but instead of y the 9 we need to change the name, and let's call it romance, right? Y1, right? By the way, maybe you're curious. Series, this is 0, this is 1. So instead of fat, we do not change text here, we can change it here as a romance or drama, or which genre we found, action, whatever you like, whatever you want, we can do that. And since we update here, we also need to update numbers, correct? So I'm going here, I put data 1 as well, change it here, and this time it will be number. I will say equal. I even will do the same thing. I need to round it again till the two digits. Just I will change this first parameter. Since we are working with not comedy movies, we work with action, and here we have our average for the action movies. I can take it from here, go down again, and update here. Okay, let me close that application, clear, let me rerun it. So this is our comedy, this is our action movies, and all the labels you can update with the names. So you can modify all the information here. So yeah, please take a look and try to finish it before I have done. So try it, finish first without me. And the full code you can find on the repo. Let me copy paste it from different class because I have done it before, right? So that's how you will do it. I will push all my changes at my repo. I will leave it in the description, so hopefully you will like it. That's actually the path. So let me repeat one more time. So you learn Python a little bit. I'm not a Python developer. I'm a Java developer. So I learned Python really quick, any short course, you don't need to go deep. Even, you know, I didn't know how to round numbers in Python because I never used it. So I just Googled it first, rounded the code, I found those methods. You learn Python a little bit, then you learn your Pandas library, right? Where is my Pandas? Let's type it here. It's pie chart, let's type Pandas. It will be your next step. Getting started, tutorials, you learn Pandas. You learn that, you learn how to work with the data, with help ChatGPT, or no, that depends on you. Then you go, then you have your data, you know the language, you know how to work with data, you learn statistics. Next step, you want to visualize this. So you need to know just Py for the visualization. You need to know this library, just Py. Now you can visualize. Okay, now you want to build web-based application, use Quasar. It's a really quick thing, so you don't need to learn JavaScript with CSS and HTML. Everything is here. You can use that. And the last step, you want to learn charts if you want to work with diagrams, or follow them if you work with the maps from my previous tutorial. Choose. And now, yes, you know the data analytics, like the most part of it. I know it sounds easy on a paper and it's not a real tutorial, but at least now you know the path in this profession. Even if you like it, you will continue your journey. So thank you guys. If you like it, please subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know which next topic we should discuss. See ya. I want to use this Apple theme. Yeah? Doesn't want to read? Yeah. Good job. If I do like that. Woo! See you guys. Bye.